In the beginning, there was a man who walked so closely with God that the scriptures record something that almost sounds impossible. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Genesis 5, verse 24. Unlike Adam, unlike Noah, unlike Abraham, Enoch did not taste death. He was caught up, taken into the presence of God. And yet, while his story is told in only a handful of verses in Genesis, the echoes of his life resound through time, through prophecy, and through secrets hidden until the last days. Today, we journey into those echoes. We explore the sealed visions of Enoch, prophecies so shocking, so dangerous, that for centuries they were whispered about but rarely preached in the open. What did Enoch see? Why was his testimony sealed away? And what does it mean for us in a world trembling under the weight of war, deception, and an approaching end? Enoch's life was unlike any other in his generation. He lived in a world already poisoned by rebellion. Adam and Eve had fallen. Cain had killed Abel. Violence was spreading across the earth. Humanity was drifting far from its creator. And in the middle of this chaos stood Enoch, an ordinary man who made one extraordinary decision: to walk with God. Walking with God was not just a daily prayer or a moment of devotion. It was a continual journey, a rhythm of life fully aligned with heaven. Enoch did not just worship on certain days. He breathed in step with the Spirit of God. And then came the mystery. He was not, for God took him. Here lies a symbol, a man removed before judgment. A man lifted out before the floodwaters swallowed the earth. A prophecy not just of escape, but of intimacy, of what it means to live so close to God that the barrier between heaven and earth dissolves. But Enoch's legacy was not only in his walk, it was in his words. Jude 1 verses 14 to 15 tells us, Enoch, the seventh from Adam, prophesied about them. See, the Lord is coming with thousands upon thousands of his holy ones to judge everyone. This is one of the earliest prophecies in all of Scripture, and it was about the end of the age. From the beginning, Enoch saw the end. Outside of the Bible, fragments of Enoch's writings survive. For centuries, the Book of Enoch was lost to most of the world. Then, in the 18th century, it was rediscovered in Ethiopia. Within its pages were visions of angels descending to earth, of giants born from forbidden unions, of heavenly tablets, and of judgment that was to come. Why was this book hidden? Why was it excluded from the canon in most traditions? Scholars argue over its authenticity, but the truth is deeper. It was too dangerous, too raw, too revealing for the religious powers of history to allow into the hands of common people. Enoch describes the Watchers, angels who left their first estate to dwell among men, who taught forbidden knowledge, warfare, sorcery, cosmetics, astrology, and who fathered the Nephilim, the giants of old. These beings corrupted creation and provoked God's judgment, leading to the flood in Noah's day. And yet, Enoch does not stop with history. His visions leap forward into the future, into our time, warning of cycles repeating, of spirits returning, of a final clash between the holy and the unholy. Enoch wrote of angels who rebelled and became bound under chains of darkness. But here is the mystery. If they were bound, why does their influence still haunt our world? Look around. Technology rising beyond control, wars fueled by greed, human beings experimenting with creation itself, altering DNA, mixing species, reaching into the forbidden sciences once whispered by the Watchers. Enoch's prophecy was not just about ancient giants. It was about a pattern of corruption that returns in every age, growing sharper as the end approaches. The Watchers taught men secrets not meant to be known. Today, we call it progress, innovation, advancement. But Enoch saw where it leads, a humanity that worships itself, a civilization that declares independence from God, a tower reaching to heaven built not of bricks this time, but of algorithms, artificial intelligence, and genetic manipulation. Enoch's sealed words are crying out to our generation. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. Enoch's central prophecy was always this: the Lord is coming with his holy ones to execute judgment. Long before Isaiah, Long before Daniel, long before Revelation, Enoch saw the return of the King. He saw a throne of fire. He saw the Ancient of Days. He saw books opened and names written. He saw rivers of flame and a kingdom that will not end. But he also saw the opposition, armies of the rebellious, spirits of the fallen, nations united against the Lord and his anointed. He saw the world intoxicated by violence and seduced by lies. And here is the terrifying part. Enoch saw that many would not be ready. His visions describe people mocking, ignoring, and twisting the truth until the flood of judgment arrived suddenly. So it will be again. Why are these prophecies so rarely preached? Because they are inconvenient. They confront us with a world that is not safe, not comfortable, not under our control. They tell us that evil is older and deeper than politics, that spiritual warfare rages behind the headlines, that the rebellion of the Watchers still shadows humanity. Preaching Enoch forces us to admit that the battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. Preaching Enoch forces us to remember that time is short, that judgment is coming, and that only those who walk with God, as he did, will stand in the day of fire. And yet this is why we must preach it. Enoch's story is not just doom. It is hope. Remember, he did not die. He was taken. His life is a picture of what awaits those who remain faithful. Just as Noah was preserved through the flood, just as Lot was delivered from Sodom, Enoch was lifted before judgment fell. This is the pattern of God: protection for the faithful, deliverance for those who walk closely with him. Enoch's prophecy may terrify the rebellious, but it comforts the righteous. He reminds us that God is not blind to injustice. He sees the corruption of our age. He sees the blood of the innocent. He hears the cries of the oppressed. And he has appointed a day when the judge of all the earth will come with 10,000s of his holy ones. My friends, we live in the shadow of Enoch's prophecy. We are walking in the days of Noah, the days of corruption, the days of secrets revealed and forbidden knowledge rising again. But just as Enoch walked with God, so can we. The sealed visions of Enoch were not meant to stay buried forever. They are opening before our eyes, not so that we can speculate, not so that we can debate, but so that we can prepare. The question is simple. Are you walking with God? Are you aligned with his will, step by step, day by day? Or are you drifting with the current of a world rushing toward judgment? Enoch walked with God, and he was not. That is the destiny of all who choose intimacy over compromise, obedience over rebellion, holiness over deception. The world may laugh at prophecy. The world may dismiss Enoch as myth. But the echo remains. His prophecy whispers across millennia. Behold, the Lord comes with thousands upon thousands of his holy ones, to judge all. This is not just ancient poetry. This is tomorrow's headline. The sealed prophecies of Enoch are opening in our time. The Watcher's shadows stretch across our cities. The Nephilim's corruption creeps into our science. The warning of the flood rings in our ears. But so does the hope that if we walk with God, we too will be taken, lifted, preserved, welcomed into the presence of the one who reigns forever. Enoch's voice, once silenced, now cries out louder than ever. Prepare the way of the Lord.